Here we're going to review some of the anatomy of the upper extremity. We're just going through the hand, wrist, forearm, and here we can see the elbow. Here you can see an oblique view of the elbow joint with the coronoid fossa and the radial fossa on the anterior aspect of the distal humerus. Now we're going down the radial aspect of the forearm and wrist. Back up the dorsal aspect of the forearm towards the posterior aspect of the elbow. Here you can see the olecranon going into that deep olecranon fossa on the distal humerus. And now we're going down the ulnar aspect of the forearm into the ulnar aspect of the wrist. Here we are adding some of the capsular structures to both the fingers and the wrist. And most of the ligaments of the wrist are intracapsular, and therefore many of the ligaments will be hidden under these capsular structures. And now we can see the dorsal aspect of these capsular structures on both the dorsal aspect of the wrist and at the MCP joints and throughout the rest of the fingers. Here are the ligaments of the wrist, and again most of the ligaments are intracapsular and therefore they are hidden underneath the capsular structures. And there is debate of the structure of the ulnar collateral ligament. Here is depicted going from the base of the fifth metatarsal to the ulnar styloid process. Most sources cite that it goes from the ulnar styloid process and it divides into two fasciculi, one going to the triquetrum and the other one going to the pisiform and flexor retinaculum. Again, here we are just rotating, and now we can see on the volar aspect of the wrist some of those ligaments as well. Here you can see the volar plates under each of the interphalangeal joints. You can see the proper and accessory collateral ligaments over the interphalangeal joints. And here again you can appreciate some of the capsular and ligamentous structures of the volar wrist, and most of those ligaments again are hidden underneath those capsular structures. Here's another close-up of some of the ligaments on the dorsal aspect of the wrist. You can appreciate that interosseous membrane between the radius and the ulnar going throughout most of the forearm. Here you can appreciate the anterior fat pad of the elbow, and here is the capsule of the elbow.